Hey modders, welcome back to ModifedRoll. Don't forget we're sponsored by DN Dice. Check out the link to their website in our description, or head over to dndice.co.uk and use the code ModifedRoll for 10% off all purchases. In the last episode, our party headed to the Harvest Festival service, where Sinclair and Twilight both gave equally interesting speeches. From there they met up with Lord Fennec and headed on to the festival celebrations. Arriving at Lord Carlin's estate, they met with several of the nobles and began to integrate themselves with the party. We rejoin them now in episode 27 of season 2 of ModifedRoll, Party Crashers. Okay, cool. So you've sort of like looked at those as you're heading around, and you're going to head to the lounge. Where are the rest of you guys wanting to head?
I'm leaning towards wanting to head to the ballroom, personally.
Could be time for a dance. Yeah, because Easel's heading off to the ballroom. Sinclair will follow him.
Okay, what about Twilight, just so I know where you guys are going?
I'll follow too, but keep an eye out for that woman.
Okay, perfect. Because you'll reach there first, like you guys will split off. Giliana will head over to the lounge. There are attendants sort of like directing people. You would reach the door to the lounge first. As you guys sort of guessed this, with it being earlier in the day, it's mostly empty. There's a couple of like elderly, like it's like literally an elderly couple, a man and a woman, who've obviously sort of like come in here, and you can see the woman's like fanning herself a little bit, and they're the only people in here currently. There are fireplaces here which are currently unlit. These people have a couple of drinks, and you can see that the room is laid out, as you guys suspected earlier, as a place to relax after you've had a little bit too much excitement. And so far, it's just an elderly couple sort of like catching their breath.
Christ, what have those two been up to?
Yeah, I'm assuming, do you want to go in and like inspect this room? Or you just like poking your head in to see what's happening?
Yeah, is there like any like books or anything, or like anything?
I would say with this being just like a sort of relaxation lounge, there's probably like a small bookcase with like a couple of like just generic like novels or whatever. There's nothing like too exciting. It is mostly a big fireplace and like a lot of seats, like a lot of big comfy seats dotted around. There's maybe even like a drinks cabinet or two which have been like you would expect. Normally there's like a couple of bottles and some like crystal glasses. They've obviously been removed for the party so they don't get damaged.
Is there like no doors or anything that I can see?
There are like doors on multiple sides. This room's like sort of like just off the main hallway before you reach the ballroom. So there's like a door on either wall that can allow you access. So it's it just takes you back out into a series of hallways. It doesn't join onto another room or anything.
Okay.
Once you've had a look around, would you head off somewhere different, or would you go to meet up with the other guys in the ballroom?
I'll go somewhere. Oh, I want to find some secrets out.
I mean, by all means, we'll jump back to you once if you're not. Sure. I just wanted to know if you were going to be with these guys for this next bit. So you guys make it to the ballroom, and you do see, like on a small pedestal in the corner, is a band. At the minute, the music's not super lively. It's still being like before midday, but they are playing a bit of music. Nobody's having a full-on dance yet, but you do see people milling around having conversations. There is a table set up on one side where multiple attendants are serving drinks in here, and you see a woman who matches the description of Lady Asper talking to a frankly huge man and woman. Like, Sinclair, these people, like from a distance, you reckon would not be much shorter than you, but they are very clearly humans. These aren't Goliaths, they're just huge humans. And as you guys step into the room, the man with a large, like, thick beard throws back his head and, like, roars in laughter, and you can see who you would expect to be Lady Asper, sort of, like, laughing gently and sort of, like, leaning away from him as the noise booms around the room. At this point, Lord Fennec is with you, but he's just sort of, like, looking about the room. It's like taking in who's there. He's there to answer any questions if you guys have any.
I'm going to lean over to him and just be like, who are those two rather large people?
Oh, those would be the Breckons, Lord Patrick and Lara Brecken. They're from the Breckons themselves are from a sort of how to put this politely. They were raised to nobility through their military prowess. To put it less politely, they came from a clan of warriors. They were people who were very good at killing other people, and they served the kingdom and were granted nobility. And as you can guess, they haven't fully adapted to it yet, at which point you hear another booming laughter literally echoing around this ballroom as this man throws his head back and laughs.
Okay. What was the lady's name again? Just a sec.
The noble you want to speak to,
Yes,
or the large woman?
No, the one I want to speak to.
Lady Asper.
Okay, I'm going to walk with purpose over and just be like, Lady Asper, I wonder if I could steal you away for a minute.
You approach as this like laughter is fading. The man's like genuinely like wiping a tear from his eye, and his wife who's next to him as well. She's like smiling. She's not laughing the way he is, but she's smiling at whatever has made him laugh. And Lady Asper looks at your approach and goes, She looks to the Breckons, and they both, please, go on. We have kept you for too long, Lady Asper. Go on. And she says, oh, thank you. She like curtsies to them. Lady Asper is a very pale woman with long, like very, very dark brown, almost black hair tied up. And you can tell, unlike everyone else here who is dressed in, bright finery to celebrate this festival harvest, Lady Asper is dressed like in all black, like in funerary garb. And this sort of like ties up with a rumour that Lord Fennec told, well, not so much a rumour, just an observation that Lord Fennec told you all, that since her husband's passing, she has only ever dressed in funerary colours. Like, she won't wear anything bright since his passing. And as you come over to her and pull her away, she's obviously dressed very demurely, and she sort of steps away with you from the Breckons. And it's like, I'm terribly sorry. Have we met before?
Oh, no, we haven't. I just thought you needed saving.
Oh, and she sort of smiles gently. The Breckons can be much, but I very much enjoy their company.
I'm glad to hear.
They're very, unlike many here, very forthright, very honest people. They don't hide behind guile and words that can twist and be used as they wish. They are very open and mean what they say.
There is comfort in that, I find.
But apologies, as you've obviously learned, Lady Asper, but you would be...
Oh, my name's Twilight. I'm part of an adventuring party that's kind of just been in Keyrn for a couple of days now. I mostly heard about the celebrations and wanted to just kind of poke my head around a little bit. As you say, it's kind of useful to be forthright, and that's what I am. I kind of don't really bother with airs and graces and those kind of things. And I just thought you looked interesting and I wanted to talk to you.
You see, when you like introduce yourself as one of the adventurers, there's like a moment where there's like a brief sort of a calculation on her face. She lets you finish speaking, and then she like gently like raises one hand to her chin and says, "You would be the adventuring party who have been speaking with Lord Fennec, yes?"
Well, I haven't been speaking with Lord Fennec. I've just been... the rest of them have. I kind of don't really involve myself with that. I kind of am just here for the ride. But I thought I'd just entertain myself for the day anyway.
That certainly sounds like a very interesting way to get by.
Yes, well...
And you can see that was genuine. That wasn't like a jibe, a jibe. That wasn't a jab or anything. That was like very genuine. She's very much saying that, yes, like that sounds fun.
Yeah, I mean, I just kind of take me where the wind takes me, really. You know, I saw a unicorn the other day.
Really? Where?
In the forest as we were travelling. It was quite amazing. I kind of just think about it sometimes.
Which direction did you come from? That would be very interesting. A unicorn's glade is very hard to come by. Which direction did you travel from?
Again, I don't really pay attention.
That's unfortunate. There are some plants that grow there that you cannot find literally anywhere else.
Oh, really? What kind of plants?
Why would you ask me that? Why, Daddy? Well, most famously, there is a fern that's referred to as unicorn's mane. It's exceptional at treating certain fevers and other similar illnesses that cause the body's temperature to rise. There are other things that can be used in its stead, but in terms of its use for regulating the body's temperature and fighting off illness, I do apologize. I'm very interested in herbology and similar things.
I mean, we all have a hobby. If I ever find myself back there, I'll be sure to pick up some of this fern. And bring it back for you.
Please do. Before you leave the city, if you attend me at my estate, I can provide a sketch of what it looks like. And if you were ever to send any back to me, I would, of course, pay handsomely for samples. If you could keep it intact, a growing sample or even seed, that would be even better. I grow many difficult to collect herbs on my estate.
That's so exciting. Where is your estate?
She describes a location that's like off in the noble quarter. It's like, if you let the attendants at the door know that you're there at my request, they will of course inform me, and I can entertain you at your behest.
Amazing. So what kind of herbs do you specialize in? Like, is it like poison, or is it like healing, or is it like, ooh, these make you see weird things like a man who has a hat? Like, what kind of things do you do?
Roll an insight check.
Okay. That would be 16.
Okay, so whenever you say poison, there's like a very slight flicker. You don't get a read on what the exact emotion was, but when you say poison, there was a flicker there. It's like, well, I mostly grow medicinal herbs that are sold or supplied to the city to assist with the attacks. Obviously, a lot of the infrastructure here is based around the defense of the city, and my estate is no different. We generate most of our wealth by supplying to the city and its defense. I'm just lucky that my knowledge has been proven useful here.
That's very interesting. I would love to learn more about all these herbs and things. I'm a cleric, you see, and I'm kind of learning more about healing and harming and inspiring people and that kind of stuff, and it's all so interesting and new, and I've read lots of books about herbology, but never actually kind of got to speak to someone in person about it, and you seem very passionate.
Of course, yes, it is my, other than my son, it is my sole passion since my husband's passing, and I do sometimes wonder if I'm throwing too much of myself into it. But sorry, that is, I speak too much sometimes on topics that should be best reserved for different situations, but by all means, you're more than welcome to attend my estate, and I'm sure I will bore you with my talk of herbs and plants, as it is one of the few things that I find solace in these days.
There's nothing boring about someone talking about something they find interesting. Did you mention you had a son?
Yes, my son Harold. He's actually attending this party today somewhere. And you can see her like scanning the room. I'm afraid he's not in here now. But if you spot someone wearing the crest of our family, and she like points to a crest on her dress, which is like her household, like her house insignia. Is like, if you spot someone wearing the insignia, that would be my son Harold.
I will keep an eye out. And it has been most enlightening talking to you. I hope you can spend the day with a lot more laughter and people who are a lot more forthcoming.
I hope so as well. If I tire of other conversation, I know where to find the Breckons at least.
Indeed. Won't be able to miss them. Or me, probably. Just follow the purple sparks, usually.
I certainly will.
Bye!
And she gives
like twirl away.
She gives a nod and a genuine smile, and she heads off into the ballroom again. You are aware that because everyone has like arrived quite recently, everyone is still doing their like sort of like, formal greetings they have as a noble. They're supposed to go around and introduce themselves to each other. You notice that Jace has very much sort of like been ignoring a lot of that, like whereas the rest of the nobles are like sort of interacting. Unless one of them approaches him, he's not really approaching anyone at the minute.
Okay. And just so I know, as a note, as I'm going around the party, can I be scanning for that crest on any
Yes.
young man?
Yes, of course. I can tell you if you run into him.
Cool. And I'll go over to Jace and be like, so, are you not a social butterfly, or are you just like keeping your cards close to your chest?
He still looks around to make sure there's nobody like super close, and says, "I'm attempting to keep a low, well, not so much a low profile. Everyone here knows who I am. I wish to make the announcement later that I've assigned all of you to be our investigators in the mines. I would rather do so when the other major nobles are all present, so I'm hoping to gather them later in the morning when Lord Carlin has finished greeting all of the guests arriving. I would like to hope that will be finishing up soon, and he should be joining the party with the rest of us, at which point I will attempt to gather them and do my introductions then."
Gotcha. So you're not talking to anyone until then? Just hovering?
I will talk to the... Twilight, I will be honest with you. I find these events quite tiresome. I am much more comfortable in my accounting books than I am making pleasantries with other nobles and pretending I give a flying fuck about what the rest of them do.
Well, yeah, that's fair. Maybe just imagine they're naked, or like have numbers written all over them, then they'll be more interesting, I don't know.
He does like genuinely smile at that. It's like, as interesting as that may be, it would still leave the majority of the conversations relatively dull.
Well, you know where the food is. I will be back, and I'm gonna go like...
He raises the plate to you and like a little salute, the little plate he's holding, he raises it like a little salute to you.
Yeah, and then Twilight's just gonna bob around.
Yeah. Twilight's done that. Sinclair and Kazisel, while Twilight was talking to Lady Asper, would you guys have been doing anything, or are you just sort of like floating around Lord Fennec for the moment?
I guess I would have been just floating around the room, just seeing if I can overhear anything interesting.
Okay. You can make me a perception check then.
It's only +1. It's only 17 again.
I mean, it's only a 17. This isn't going to affect the level of information.
Yeah.
There's a couple of different things you could hear about. So highs or lows?
Lows.
Okay, you can hear about the other thing. As you walk around the room, you hear a lot of like the rumors that either Lord Fennec or that Sinclair might or might not have shared with you about like the different nobles, like people when they spot Lady Asper. You hear one or two people make mention about is like, oh, she's still wearing the funerary garb, and like you occasionally hear a comment like, who does she think she's fooling with that? As if she's still, mourning the death of her husband. It was over a year ago at this point. When people spot Lord Fennec, there's comments about Lord Fennec, what would be the word? Lord Fennec, the loner, going out of his way to avoid conversation, thinks he's too good to hold conversation with the rest of us here and things like that. Eventually, actually, while you guys would have been having that conversation, Lord Harlow would have stepped into the room as well, and he would have started having conversations with various minor nobles about a few people, especially if he's holding a conversation. He has that thing where he has like glazed look in his eyes. A few people will make comments about like, yes, not quite there these days, is he? And struggling just to remember what year he's in. And eventually Lord Carlin will step into the ballroom as well. He'll make the rounds. He's already done all of his like official greetings. Now he's just holding conversation, and people will make comments like, bless him, he's not been the same since his wife passed, and he's, a few, I think he's been struggling a little bit. And when his daughters come in as well, you do hear a couple of mentions of his daughter, like his eldest daughter, being married to one of the like higher ranking members of his household, not like servants, but like one of the members of his like guard, essentially, the ones he supplies to defend the city. One of them has been promised to marry his daughter. They're engaged. And there's a few comments about whether that's a political thing. A few things think it's because she fell for him and he's just sort of allowed it because he doesn't care who they marry. But yeah, you just hear like the generic rumors about the nobles at the minute. And what about Sinclair?
Well, I was going to do the same, but no point doing that. While Twilight was off talking to Lady Asper, I think Sinclair just would have been milling around with Jace. Got him a drink. We haven't been, sort of had a general conversation. Small talk.
Yeah, I mean, he's probably quite glad of that, because while the two of you are in conversation, others don't really approach him. So he's probably quite glad of that, and will maintain a conversation with you quite readily. But I'm going to assume it's just going to be generic stuff just to keep the time going.
Oh yeah.
So you're going to say something else. Oh yeah.
No, I was, and no.
Yeah.
No.
With that case, while you guys are sort of milling about in the ballroom, Giliana, it's still relatively early, so you know that most people are congregating in either the feast hall or the ballroom. Would you want to investigate this floor you're on, or would you want to try and sneak up the stairs?
Sneak up the stairs. Sneak up the stairs.
Sneak up
Cool.
the stairs.
Could you make me a stealth check then, please?
Gladly. 22.
Fucking hell. Right. You know that with this being quite early on, the guests are sort of kept, well, not kept, but they're only mainly congregating in one of two places. So the attendants are only really worried about one of two places. So you wait in the hallway until you spot a time when none of the attendants are within view, and you can easily move up the stairs. And you step out onto a broad landing that overlooks the entry hallway down below, and you can see several doors heading off in various directions. So just because you have really no indication of what's behind what door, would you like to go northwest, northeast, east, southwest, or southeast?
Northeast.
Okay.
I don't know what any of those meant, so I just said a random one.
Sorry, actually, I'll probably tell a lie. There is no northeast, it's just east. So I'm just going to put you through the east doors.
Cool.
Correct that. There's a door directly to your right as you step up the stairs. And as you move towards it, it opens into another hallway, which leads into sort of it's a long hallway that sort of moves in not a circle because it's a
Square.
like a square. It moves in a square. But you know what I mean? It's a continuous hallway that runs in a square that it completely surrounds what you assume is one or multiple rooms on its interior, and along one side of that hallway there are multiple doors leading to another room.
Okay.
Or multiple rooms. There are multiple doors.
Okay.
Would you like to go into the room which is enclosed by the hallway, or one of the rooms off the hallway?
Off the hallway. Wait, what?
Okay, they're
Enclosed by the hallway.
So the hallway runs in a square, and so this square encloses what is one or multiple rooms, or if you were to go outside the square, there are more doors.
That is inside it enclosed. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, it's hard. I should have described this better, but it is literally, you step into an O-ring hallway, and there is something inside the O-ring and something outside the O-ring. You work your way along the hallway, you walk through this door on your right, turn immediately to the right, and then follow it around as it turns to the left, and there is a door, a large double door on your left. And you slip inside with nobody being around to what is apparently some sort of large... If it was in our world, we'd sort of say a boardroom. There's a large table in the center surrounded by chairs, and what looks to be a sliding door or a partition on one side, which is partially open and leads to what is a enclosed office space.
Okay, I want to go in the office space.
Cool. You step into the office. There are several bookcases, a fireplace, and a desk covered in paperwork.
Can I see anything on the... I don't want to touch anything. I want to see what's on the table.
I wouldn't even make you roll for this because you guys are hyper aware of these things at this point. On the bookshelf, on one of the levels of the bookshelf, one of the shelves, there isn't any books. There are several things say memorabilia. There's certain items instead of books. And one of those is a glass enclosure in which sits, do you know those little busts you get in a jeweler's where they display necklaces? Mm-hmm. And resting on that is a silver chain necklace with a large amethyst gem at its center. Other than that, the bookshelf is full of books. If you want to know what sort of books and stuff are on there, you have to roll a check. But I just know you guys are like hyper aware of these things, and your attention would immediately be drawn to that. So I'm telling you, that's there first.
Fuck me! What is this? What is it? What do I do? Shit! I want it.
Would you like to take it?
I feel like that's a mistake.
I just need to know because you know it's in like an enclosed case, so you're gonna have to open the case first.
I know, like I feel like it's gonna set. Oh,
well, if you get close, you can see it has like a small lock on it.
It has a lock. Oh shit! Yes. I could actually get this if I wanted it. What do I do? I need some counsel from my friends, but none of them are here.
We're not there. Purr.
I have this little thing that I want to use, but oh wait. Okay. What does the lock look like? Is it like I want to try and pick the lock?
Like well, can you imagine like a little like jeweler's box type lock, like a tiny little lock with what would be like a tiny little case? It's like essentially just a display case.
Okay, can I try and fuck. Let me try and unlock. Oh, I want to look at it. I want to look. Can I see anything on it?
I mean, roll an investigation check.
16.
Yeah, it's just like a little jeweler's lock. Like, it's like looking at the lock itself, you reckon with some thieves' tools you could pop it open quite easily.
What do I do? Do it. What do I do? Okay. Okay, no, wait. Let me leave that for a minute. Okay, on the desk, can I see any paper that has any information on it?
Roll an investigation check.
17.
Yeah, you see, like, there's a couple of maps which have, like, notations and markings drawn on them, but they are very, like, limited. It's like A, B, X, circle. You can tell, just looking at it, you're not super familiar with the area, but you can tell these are things marked in and around, like, in the city of Keyrn itself, and in the valley of Keyrn, and on the northern side of the wall. From what you've learned from Jace, you can see that a couple of these seem to line up roughly where the mines are.
Okay.
Looking through the documents, there's a bunch of stuff about troop movements, men being moved from one platoon or brigade or whatever, just being moved around and redistributed, as well as names of locations for where those people have been positioned. But obviously, at the minute, those names don't mean a lot to you.
Okay. Are there any, like, drawers in the desk?
Yeah.
Can I try and open them?
Yeah, if you want to try and pop them open, you can use a sleight of hand check with your thieves' tools.
Oh, nice. I'm good at those. How good, though? Oh! Natural 20.
Oh, yes.
I mean, the locks just pop open. Like, it's just with a natural 20, you can unlock all 3 drawers in this desk.
Oh my goodness, is there anything in there?
The top one seems to be a collection of similar notes. Like, this guy has obviously been keeping notes of these troop movements and has been, like, storing them. They're not quite in a journal, but they have, like, a leather-bound, like, case that he puts them in. And it's just a collection of these. Like, it's just a log of troops being moved and when they've come in. One is a drawer just full of what appears to be just blank sheets of vellum. You suspect this might be where he, like, what he uses to write all of his notes. And the third one has a small lockbox.
Trying to unlock it.
Okay, this one being a different lock to the drawer, you're going to make another sleight of hand check with your thieves' tools.
17.
This one you can't unlock. You fiddle with it for a few minutes, and the lock on this one is just significantly sturdier than the ones you've been dealing with so far, and you cannot manage to get it unlocked.
Shake it. Is it supposed to go in it? Can I hear anything?
You don't hear anything in it.
Does it feel heavy?
The lockbox itself is like an iron construction, so the lockbox itself is quite heavy by
Oh,
itself.
fuck. What's in this box? Right. It's coming with me.
Okay, you're going to try to hide this in your person? Okay, I think I said it was either a sleight of hand check is what I said, trying to hide stuff.
Let's try. Oh, nice. 19.
Okay, this thing is probably like the length of your forearm, so like you're in like some of the ruffles or in the skirt of your dress, you're able to like, I don't know, like tie it to your leg or something. But you're able to find a place where you're able to secrete this away so that it's not like immediately visible. But if people were to watch, they may notice that you're standing in a bit of an odd shape if you stand in one position for too long to try and account for its position.
Cool.
Yeah. Is there anything else you'd like to do in this office?
I want to have a look at that bookshelf.
Mm-hmm.
What did the book say?
Oh, so yeah, all the books are like ledgers. Some are like accounting ledgers for where he's obviously having to keep track of his own payments. Some are like older, like longer records of troop movements. Some are notes on the battles that Keyrn has faced in the recent years. And one that you pick up has its own like lock on it. Like it's a bound and locked ledger.
Fucking hell. I'll try and open it.
Okay. Roll a sleight of hand with your dexterity, with your thieves' tools.
I can't believe that I failed the other one. Okay. Unnatural 20.
Okay. First of all, can you make me a wisdom saving throw?
Oh, fuck. Okay. 19.
Okay, you feel when your like lockpicks enter this lock, you feel something, some sort of magic
shit
wash over you, but it passes. It doesn't have any effect. You don't know what it was supposed to do. You don't know what was supposed to happen, but it passes, and the lock, click, opens.
What's in it?
All the pages are blank.
Oh. Okay, put the fucking lock back on.
Okay.
Put it back.
Okay.
I'm so mad. What is this motherfucker hiding? I'm gonna have to pass this box off to someone that looks a lot.
Okay, is there anything else you want to do in this room?
Plenty, but I'm scared. So, I want to make sure everything I have touched looks the same.
Yeah, I've kind of assumed as you were going along, you've like tried to like make it look like you weren't there, so that's fine.
Yeah, careful.
Before you leave, are you wanting to do anything about the necklace? Because obviously you said you wanted to come back to that.
I don't know, because I don't know if this is gonna be like his dead wife's fucking necklace or something, and I'm gonna take it, and it'll be a hell of a situation. I don't think we need that.
You can just leave it if you want. You have the knowledge; it's there. You just leave it if you want.
Oh, yeah, I don't want it, because I think it's going to be obvious that that's gone if I take that. But I know it looks like I want to remember that necklace if I ever see it again, you know?
I mean, it is very simple. It is like a fix. It's obviously I'll actually say it as much because you said it looks like it's something for his wife. It isn't delicate enough to be worn by a woman. It's a thick, like silver chain, the type like a man would wear. And like a simple silver setting with this amethyst gem in the center of it. And this is like significantly larger than most of the ones that you've seen so far. Like this thing is probably like the length, like the diameter of this gem is probably the length of your thumb.
Oh shit!
Yeah, like it's big.
No, what was the gem that we?
Amethyst.
An amethyst purple gem.
Shit! Do I take it? Okay, no, that's just, sorry. I had like a proper.
This is why I was saying like this. You would notice this because it's the gem.
Oh, okay. I just thought because I liked shiny things. I thought that's what it was. Okay, my bad. Yeah, we're taking that motherfucker. This man. I'll try and pick the lock.
For a dexterity check.
Oh god.
I'm so scared. I don't know why, because I'm actually quite dexterous, so... Oh, plenty. 1 million. 20...
Okay.
25.
This time roll me an intelligence check. Or an intelligence saving throw, sorry.
Saving throw?
Yeah.
Sick. Oh, okay, that's... Okay. 21.
Right, odds or evens, by the way, because I wanted to ask this before you did that, but
sorry.
So
sorry.
Odds or evens?
Odd.
Oh, I thought that was a 6, but it's a 9. You're fine. So again, when you put the lockpicks in, you begin working on the lock, and you feel another wash of magic as it like runs up your fingertips and over your arms, and when it hits your head, you feel this like almost like you're dunking your face into cold water. You feel this sensation wash over your body, but again, it just passes. You don't know what it was supposed to do, but it has. Just it's not affected you. And then the lock clicks open, and the display case swings open.
Take it out, and I'm gonna put it down the front of my dress.
Okay.
I'm not wearing it though.
No, but you still grab it.
Oh no! Wait. Sorry, I had a plan, and I just forgot about it. But then you just said, I'm gonna mage hand it.
Okay.
I'm so scared. I don't know where to put this thing. Right. Okay. I'm gonna go to his drawer.
Yeah.
There was the paper.
Yeah.
A spare piece.
Yeah.
I'm gonna fold it up like a DIY envelope.
Yeah, like a little sachet type thing.
Yeah. And then I'm gonna have it open, leaned it up against, I'm gonna lean it against a book on the bookshelf.
You're gonna make a little envelope and then use Mage Hand to drop the thing in the envelope.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's. I'm not even gonna give you a roll for that. It's Mage Hand picking a thing up. It's fine. It does it.
Hey guys, use Mage Hand for the first time after instantly regretting picking it.
There you go. It's worked out this time. And then what are you doing with the envelope? Just hiding it as well?
Yeah, I'm gonna hide the envelope down my cleavage.
Okay, that's fine. It's not huge. You can hide that, no problem. And you get that. Do you anything else you want to do in the office, or is that you done?
Oh Jesus! I better leave. I can't get anything. I've not got A. I don't have anywhere to hide anything else if I fail, and B. My nerves can't cope.
Okay, you make your way back out of the office. Before you head back out onto the main sort of landing, give me a perception check.
Oh God, yeah, I really want to do this stealthily. It's not bad. 19.
Yeah, so it's a lot harder being on the upper floor now, because now, when you're on the ground floor, it was fine. You could see who was coming and going. Now you're having to try and work out when there's nobody around. But with that perception check, you're able to wait until you're sure there's nobody at the bottom of the stairs, and then you make your way back down without being seen. So you're back on the ground floor. Okay,
I'm gonna go straight to the ballroom find Jace, grab his hand, be like, "Hi."
Yeah, as you approach him, he looks at you, sees you're obviously trying to pull him away, and that you step away from everyone else. He's like, yeah, did you find something?
No. Didn't find anything, actually.
Okay.
Just got a bit lost.
Okay.
Yeah, just wanted to where's everyone else?
He sort of looks at Sinclair's been stood next to him, and
Sinclair's now still on his own with a drink, kind of like.
Yeah. And you look about the room, and he looks up with you, Laura, and he just sort of points out Twilight and Kazisel, who've been sort of floating around the room, listening to people, talking to people.
I'm going to approach Sinclair.
With Jace? You're just sort of pulling Jace away and then leaving Jace?
No, I didn't want to pull. I just wanted to. Yeah, no. No, yeah, Jace, come with us.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, you back over to Sinclair with Jace, yeah.
Sinclair.
Yes? Did you find anything?
Did I find anything? That's a good question. I found some really interesting. I just think that the place, this place, is just full of absolutely beautiful interior. Don't you agree?
He's certainly got some interesting artifacts. Yes.
Yeah, I think there's something missing though. I really think that it could do with more purple. Purple.
Decorative purple gem. Something.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I think if the Lord would invest in some purple gems, I think this would really just bring the place together, I
understand. Jace should, of course, suggest it to him.
Yeah.
She just really looks at between the two of you, and is just like, what?
Don't worry, Jace. It's sort of an in-joke.
Yeah, don't worry. Yeah, actually.
He sort of thinks for a second, because you remember, like, he did find, like, the assassin with, like, the thing. There's, like, a moment where his eyes widen, and he's like, are you saying he could...
What I'm saying
Sinclair
is...
puts his finger to his mouth and...
Are you saying he could do with some of these as decoration, or you think you saw some of these types of decoration?
I think I saw some hidden away that I think would look better on display, you know?
He sort of nods at that. Okay. Well, Lord Carlin has finished greeting his guests, and I had intended to make the announcement about what I had wished for your party to do now that he was free. And you see him looking around the room, and as he spots Lord Carlin, he goes, if we can get a And as he says that, a sort of man in his late 20s in military attire approaches Lord Carlin and pulls him in to speak to him. They exchange a few tense words. Lord Carlin looks to the person he was having a conversation with, and you see them like exchanging a few, like, oh, sorry, I have to leave. And the two of them leave the room together. You two can make me a perception check.
Holy shit, we need to go!
19. Let's go.
15.
Juliana, you are keeping your eye on Lord Carlin, so you don't see this, but Sinclair, you notice when this younger man leant forward to speak to Lord Carlin, as he did so, his like jerkin sort of moved away from his body, and sort of resting underneath his jerkin, you were able to spot a necklace with an amethyst gem hanging around his neck. As the two of them leave, Lord Gia says, strange, that was Christoph. That was the Christoph Reeve, the young man promised to Lord Carlin's eldest daughter. He's essentially his right-hand man. And as he says that, there is a loud bang, a crash, and a woman screaming from the hallway. And as you turn, you see a bunch of soldiers in unmarked armor storming the hallway, throwing people to the ground, throwing attendants to the wall, and they storm into the ballroom with weapons drawn. Jace looks to all of you in shock and begins shouting and trying to organize some sort of defense. That is where we're going to end the session.
Oh my god.
Well, that's it for another episode. Thanks for sticking with us. As usual, I'd like to thank Lixie B and Jeff for the wonderful logo and character art they created for us, the Stormweather Shanty Choir for letting us use their song Drunken Sailor as our theme tune, DN Dice for sponsoring us, and all of our wonderful Patreon supporters who have been helping us out. Unfortunately, we don't have a recommended podcast this week, but we do have a couple of pieces of very cool news. First of all, as I've mentioned before, I have now joined the Roll Dark Professional GMing team, and we will be putting on a GM Academy or a DM Academy in June, and excitingly it's being hosted at Oxford University. We'll actually be giving our sort of workshops / lessons in an actual Oxford University hall, which is very cool. I'm going to be giving a workshop / lesson on storytelling, and I don't mean like writing a story or voicing NPCs, but the actual act of telling the story, an engaging story that people want to take part in, be part of, and listen to. So if you've got some free time, you can check out in the description. We've got some information from that. I believe it is the last weekend of July, but it'll all be in the description there. Secondly, I know we announced some new stickers recently, but we commissioned some more off of Jeff, and he has created one of the best pieces of artwork we've done for our podcast. It's after the guys constantly going and looking up smut in all the local bookshops, we thought we'd make a sticker that would allow you to advertise the fact that you also love smut. So we've got a sticker called Our Very Serious Book Club, where Jeff has made us a phenomenal cover art sticker for a smut novel. And there's a bit of an inside joke there as well from season 1, where we have Alreus and Pearl as the cover art for Polishing the Pearl. So we have that, and we have a wonderful little sticker from Twilight's little joke, about her spoils of war called My Spoils of War, which is a bloody tooth. So check those out on our store. We would really appreciate any help. If anyone wants to buy any of these, all the proceeds will be going to ourselves and Jeff, and it will help us to further improve what we do with the podcast. But do stick around, we have a promo at the end here for the wonderful Dice Girls. You will have heard us shouting them out before. We've done promo swaps with them, and they've been on our recommended list. They have also started a brand new season with a familiar voice taking over as the DM, and it sounds like it's going to be a lot of fun. So stick around for that promo, and definitely, if you haven't already, go and check them out. But that's it for this week. Thanks very much for sticking with us, and we'll see you soon.
The Dice Girls have wrapped up their campaign and we're going on a new adventure with a new DM. Like, really new. Yep, she's brand new to DMing and not nervous at all.
Does anyone have a reason why we should not play this game? Because I'm open for anything.
I mean, she's totally prepared for this. She planned out absolutely everything.
Yeah, where are we?
Oh, I didn't come up with a name. Los Angeles. This is Los Angeles, but the locals call it LA.
And she knows that us, her players, we're going to take it easy on her. No shenanigans, no giving her a hard time or anything like that.
Sit, she says, gesturing to the kitchen table. Are there chairs? There's 4 chairs. Yeah, there's 4 chairs. I can sit on the table, but...
So yeah, come listen to us learn how to play Quest. We're the Dice Girls, and we definitely know what we're doing.